It's a good time to light your candles, light some sage,
Light something?
light something.
Okay.
Welcome to Woosah Wednesday on November 29th. This is the day after the celebration of the full moon, 2023. Today's topic for Woosah Wednesday is, what and why are you celebrating?
Do you know what you are giving your energy to?
Absolutely. We're going to get into that. We're going to dig in really deep. I'm Minister Solution. You want to go ahead and kick it off?
Yes. We thank you, Most High, for giving us this opportunity to claim this time, this place, this space as protected energy, as a protected space, as a forgiving space, as a space for detachment, evolution, and I love. In your name we rejoice. Ache, Ache, Ache. 13.
Ache, 13. Amen, Amin, Amen, Rat. And I will let the I Minister say the rest in their way. I Minister ready? I Minister Oyeyemi, welcome.
Greetings. My aunt. Thanks.
Ache. All right. So this topic, goodness, this topic, when we talk about celebration and holidays and birthdays and different things, all of this is something that has been taught to everyone. But we've been so blinded in the system that we just, we've been doing what we were told to do.
We were autonomous.
Yes.
Is it autonomy?
Wait,
autonomy? Like the Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
The self-driving. So
yes.
You were saying
there it is.
Started to move on autopilot through the orchestrated program.
Yeah, through the orchestrated programs. And that's a real good one, because these holidays, these events that are happening at a particular time every year, it's done for a reason. First of all, it's commerce. But before we get into that, let me just go over some of the notes that I wrote, because we're talking about perception. This goes into the field of perception that we've been digging into. Perception started out as one topic, and we've just been continuing it, because everything is about perception and the way you perceive things, the way that you look at things. When you change the way that you look at things, everything starts to change all the time. That's really what it is. It's like when you look at that book, that magic book. You ever look at that magic book that you look at it and you gotta squint your eyes, or double look through 3D, your periphery. Yeah. And then you start seeing all of these things come out. That's the world.
Wow. Yes.
So this is this question: what and why are you celebrating? The world has been designed for humans to give themselves to a system that was created to destroy them.
Wow.
This is why this system, the Matrix, was created, to suck the soul out of every being that exists, and not just a human being. I'm talking about the plants, the animals, the water, the everything that has life. They tried to suck it up, but that's done. The energetic frequency of the planet is manipulated through the programs that are instilled in people through family, traditions, teaching, media, religion, politics. The entire matrix is designed to suck the soul out of people. and beings, all beings, especially through the rituals created via holidays, birthdays. You experience during, holidays, birthdays, I didn't do a period. Okay, the energy that you experience during holidays create very powerful energetic patterns that tend to repeat themselves. So once these patterns are set up of a birthday, a holiday, whatever, these patterns are set and what's going on in that space, that is what begins to happen all the time. So see, I used to think that my issues with the holidays was because in my family it was so raggedy. Like, my memory of one of my strongest memories of Christmas was me putting up this little raggedy tree. I was by myself. My brothers and sisters were, they were just over it. They were done. So I'm doing it by myself. I'm putting up this little tree and I'm totally sucking into this feeling of, is Santa Claus going to come to my house? And then my sister's going to the local church it was a globe. Matter of fact, Sister Reddy, I know you know about this, the Globe Santa, Boston Globe Santa. And it was, they give you a box every year and it had the same little things. And it was just a reminder to me of what I did not have. It was, and I'm seeing all of this advertisement, all these things around me of what, Christmas is supposed to be. And I just wasn't with it. And then the family, come on, like we already know that families in dysfunction and in low vibrational communities are dealing with issues, no matter what those issues are. I know that my family was definitely a family of make it the best, do the best that you can. And y'all know what good times is. Keeping your head above water, making a way that you can, temporarily off, good times, easy credit, yes.
Sure, good times is challenging times.
And you know what I found out too? Sidebar. I found out that Esther Roll, I get chills when I say it because she wants me to say it.
Yes.
Esther Roll risked her career to make sure that Florida had a husband.
Wow.
They were trying to make her a single mother with the kids in the ghetto, and she wasn't having it. And it's just little things like that make a huge difference. Because when I watched that, and of course, what melanated person in our era did not watch Good Times and the Jeffersons? And every time that I watched that, what I felt was just the energy. I did feel my ancestors when I watched Miss Esther Roll. I did feel the message that she was portraying. She knew her role in the platforms that she played. And she did it, man, she did it. She did a great job. Because I surely do remember that damn. I remember her always and forever. I chat to her. So going back, these holidays were created for everyone to be programmed. And so when it comes in through your family, when it comes in through your loved ones, and you build these traditions, it starts to become something very powerful. You're learning these things from the age, from 1 through 7, you're being programmed from your family. These things that you learn from the age of 1 through 7 are everything.
You said from 1 through 7.
From birth through 7. From birth through 7.
That's just, you know nothing different from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So when you think about that information, that knowledge, that experience, it's fortified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting because all my life I'm thinking this is why I don't like it. And what I'm recognizing now is that God inside of me and my ancestors and my guides have always been giving me messages. My subconscious mind has been very active in letting me know that I don't like this. The first experience that I had in really acting out towards this energy that I'm just not feeling these holidays was like that was with our daughter. Michaela was, how old was she? Like about 6 or 7. She was not in first grade yet. And it was like, I'm sitting here lying to this child all the time. And
with them big old eyes looking at you.
Yeah.
Like,
and I told her, man, I said, Michaela, there ain't no Santa Claus.
I'll never forget that story.
And she looked at me and her big old eyes started getting teary. And she started,
that little glossy.
She started like, What? And I chickened my ass out, and I was like, I'm kidding, I'm playing, I'm tripping. What? I was just playing, and I didn't do it, and I did like everyone else, where they naturally find out in time. But I was getting these messages all the time, and I kept thinking that it was because of my family, and it went deeper than that.
It's that demonic, that low energy that you just feel.
You're like,
somehow.
Something is wrong.
That's funny when you said that. I thought to myself, she does not or didn't like dead presidents, currency, them debt notes. Isn't that interesting?
Enslavement.
Yeah.
I didn't like that feeling of, they're showing you the haves and the have-nots, and they're making it very clear on where you stand.
And it's interesting that these things that you had this feeling about, just, I don't know why, I just can't, I don't know. Because everybody be loving I love the camaraderie and the coming together.
Absolutely.
Everything else, I just never really connected. And it's just so...
And you did it because your family did it, right?
Yeah, and it's so interesting how apparent our spirit, that little thing, where it's just like, I just can't really like this. I don't know why, but I can't. And now we're finding out that these all are tools of the wealthy to siphon your energy, whether it is emotionally, financially,
physically, all of it.
Yeah.
And check this out. One of the things, and I'm so grateful for how I incarnated into this planet. I came into this planet as a Caribbean, on the island of Borinquen. And so on that island, which is now known as Puerto Rico, on that island, what we practiced was Three Kings Day, which was January 6th. So being able to have where you would put hay under your bed, and if it was good hay and the camels were feeling it, then they're going to eat the hay and they leave you a gift. If they weren't feeling it, if you weren't, a good person and your hay was raggedy, then you're not getting nothing. And so that was the tradition there.
Gift?
Huh?
What was the gift?
The gift could be anything, because this was in the islands.
That's so funny, because I was like, okay, so you leave a camel something to eat.
Yes.
He gonna leave you so it's done. Is it how much done he leaves you? Is that the gift?
Yeah.
No,
it's not. It's not poop.
Yes. Okay, I was just wondering. I was like, that's interesting. I was like, I wonder, is that gonna be the symbology? Because they're eating, and then it's gonna make. So you're saying the actual camel?
Yeah, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This is how deep it went too. So when they left you gifts, it wasn't a Nintendo set. It was maybe a fruit, maybe a piece of candy that you would never, maybe a precious metal. Wow. It would be something that was really meaningful. A lot of times it was things that were made, because they weren't in these times. It's not like people had stores. That Toys R Us wasn't there, Macy's, none of that.
No dollars?
So none of that. So you had to go deeper into what the meaning of things were. And so having
crystals and shells.
Yeah. What you define as meaningful, because at that time, people did have an idea of essence and what things meant and what things felt like. And the heart and the mind and the gut, the chakras were more in alignment in those times than they've ever been. And so these things, having that perception where I was able to have the American perception. I was born on the island, but I came when I was a little girl, when I was like months, to Boston, Massachusetts. So having the dual perspective made me open to more. When you have just a single vision and you don't know nothing else, just like when you don't ever move from a state and you don't have any other perception on how other people live, you just have this idea, with your experience, along with whatever the media tells you that it exists in other places. Like most people think that Africa is a poor ass place where people are hungry all the time.
I don't even think Africa is Egypt and Africa. They not. This is the same place.
It's in the same place, but you wouldn't know it, right?
They have been. I mean, the deception and the perception. The perception that has been manipulated is the full gambit. Mm-hmm. I heard a gentleman talking about how when you look at a map, the sizes are oftentimes just way miscued. Like they make the United States look so big, and it's just actually not. And it's just always just pushing that that. And it's one thing if it's the truth, but I assume it's just not the truth.
Well, it's all lies.
And that's where it's like, whoa. And they have people just,
all
man,
the time.
people just, the United States is we're the biggest and we're the strongest and we're the best. It's like nothing wrong with that, but
that's what they're giving people to believe, and perception. We already know that believe is a lie. Right. So what this is about today is we want to inspire people to ask the questions, know why you do what you do. Right. Is what you believe, or is it what somebody told you? Is it a belief, or is it an experience that you had that made you know what it is? Because there's a big difference between believing and knowing. We've been talking about that for a minute.
Yes.
So it all is what is it to you? So I want to go to the iMinisters and ask iMinister Oyeyemi, what was your first experience with a holiday, and did you feel that feeling of something ain't right?
Well, let's start with Christmas. When I found out that there was no Santa Claus, I was fit to be tired. It's like, you lie. You're supposed to tell the truth. And then it was no Christmas then, because you realize that your mother or your father is the one that's giving you the things that you asked for, and it takes the sting out of Christmas.
Yes. Because
they're the day that you get some toys.
Mm-hmm. You know their financial situation.
Right. Then as I got older, I realized that I'm like, this is designed to keep you oppressed and suppressed, to keep you broke.
Yep.
And it's a ritual, their ritual for them. And we participate in that ritual every year.
Every single year. iMinisters Solution has
the definition?
Yes, go ahead. The definition of holiday.
A day of festivity or recreation when no work is done. Then they have another one. Characteristic of a holiday. Festive. And then the British, they have an extended period of leisure and recreation. I don't know what this is.
And as you're saying that,
especially one spent away from home or in traveling. A vacation. That sounds very nice.
And it's interesting because, check it out, the enslaved were given temporary freedom on holidays. And so these holidays that they've given to society, don't you play with nobody's holiday. Now, like Thanksgiving,
and my question was always, and I know this is, we said we was going to look into more like, how did these get created? What classified what is the stipulations or the requirements to make something a holiday?
And we're gonna get to that. Let me I apologize.
Yes.
iMinister Oyeyemi, we just kind of like snatched it back.
Yes.
So once you realized that, Santa wasn't there, how old were you during that time, would you say?
I think I was about maybe 9 or 10. And what happened was, I went on the front porch, and I don't know what made me go on the front porch, but the toys was hidden. I'm like, what is that? Never said anything, but, that just really, it was all an illusion.
So how did you handle it with your children?
Oh, I didn't celebrate Christmas at all with my children.
Uh-huh.
And at the time, my father made his transition, so I came back home to help my mother. So what I would do is I would actually give her the money because, children are children. But I did tell them there's no such thing as Santa Claus. He does not exist. Everything that you get is coming from me. So they knew that it was no Santa. And then when they got about 13, I would just give them the money. Here, you do whatever you want to do with it. You're 13. You can spend it however you choose to spend it. I didn't celebrate Christmas. I didn't put up trees or anything like that.
We put up trees till they were already in. Well, Michaela was in junior high. Yeah. And it was very interesting.
Well,
Thank you.
I would like to ask you. So, how was your so-called those days that they call Christmas when you're in these periods? Was it comfortable? Was it? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, honey, I'm very comfortable without celebrating holidays. I've been comfortable. I didn't go out to eat, or I didn't eat the dinners. So I didn't participate. I'm okay with that. Haven't in at least 20-some years.
Yeah.
For other people, in my family, it bothers them, but it doesn't bother me. I didn't believe in it.
Right.
I can't participate in something I don't believe.
Right.
Or I know not to be true. I know what the reason behind it is. And if you read Frederick Douglass' book, he talks about when it was the holidays and how the slave master would give the slave alcohol. And the slave master would give the slaves the alcohol because it would impair them and they wouldn't run.
Oh, see, look at that. Look at that. And see, that's why it's so important to know why, know the why, know where things are rooted from before you start participating in them. And it's difficult. It is. I'm not going to say that it's not hard to detach from the program because it absolutely is. Because even in the, even now, like I've had to transform my whole view of it too, because I absolutely love lights. And I will I will go to and drive around the streets and look at the artistry and stuff. But for me, it's a whole different thing. I ain't buying nothing. I'm not doing any of that.
Well, would you say that you're transforming you're appreciating, so you're existing in a high state when you're appreciating someone's time and energy they went out there and they put out their hard work to exhibit their investment in this man-made created program.
I appreciate the authentic love in the season. I appreciate the people that recognize that there's something happening in the planet when so many beings are concentrating on a particular energy and are able to tap into the goodness of it and create something different from it. So I love it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt like that. I just wanted to...
Yeah, to clarify. Yeah, because I'm definitely not one of those people. Look, I love me some, oh, the weather outside is frightful and the storm is so delightful. I love singing, the songs that they've created through this holiday. It's like, but I recognize who I am and where I am. I know what things are and what they mean. I do not allow myself to get caught up, not in nothing. And so I can appreciate what comes from it because see, there's a lot of people that participate in these things that they just really don't know. And they put all of their heart and their energy in creating this music and these sounds to elevate and uplift people. I don't forget that. I see that. It's not just, I know that there are a lot of quote unquote spiritual people that are like, don't you celebrate that? Oh no, that's pagan or that's this or we're not going to do this. And I'm like, is it y'all doing the same thing as, the energy is the same in another
it just
form.
Transferred as energy does.
You're labeling it something else.
You went somewhere else, but you found another indoctrination or program to assume the position.
Yes. Thank you so much.
In Sister Reddy's shadow boxing,
It's so funny because you were saying, I'm Minister Ready. I was going to say,
I hear her shadow boxing. She's ready. She getting ready.
She getting ready.
Well, she always ready.
She's always ready.
Check myself.
I'm Minister Ready. What was it like for you when you came to the awareness of what the holidays were?
My experience is different. I've been aware of what the holidays was since I had an awareness and can comprehend and talk, which was very early at like 2. Because my mother didn't tell me any lies about it. We didn't celebrate holidays.
Was it
we grew up in the Kingdom Hall as a Jehovah's Witness. That's what I grew up in. My mother changed her beliefs and understandings about a lot of things due to the introduction to that religion, which was very good for her because she could have went another way as far as what she was involved with in Boston, Massachusetts, where I grew up. So my experience is different.
Could you hold on just really quick? Hold on real quick, I'm Minister Ready, because you're breaking up. Are we speaker, or because it's starting to sound like?
Yes.
No, I'm not on speaker, but I'll try to move around.
Okay, better.
Yes,
okay,
right
go ahead.
There. She's high def right there.
Yeah, maybe because I was sitting on the ground. I don't know. I'm outside. I was saying that my experience was really different because I didn't grow up celebrating any holidays at all. My mother raised me as a Jehovah's Witness in the Kingdom Hall, and they don't celebrate any holidays. They don't celebrate birthdays or anything. So there was a point, but what my mom used to do is like, we'll wait till after Christmas. We'll go to like Filene's basement and all these department stores that have all these outrageous deals, and she taught me how to shop in a thrifty way. Mm-hmm. She taught me how to be able to get the best of the best, but not have to spend the ticket price. Mm-hmm. So that used to be our thing. Instead of Christmas shopping and trees and wrapping gifts and going to places and giving gifts and things like that, we would wait till after the holidays and we would go shopping. Mm-hmm. And I do remember, although I didn't celebrate my birthday, she made sure to celebrate all of my accomplishments, like regardless of how small they were. Mm-hmm. Like anything in school, grade school coming up, I did this, did that, or passed this, or okay, celebration. Mm-hmm. She would always acknowledge my age, that I progressed, and she still does that. Like, just send me a text, at this time, 2/18, I birthed a baby girl, and but she's never been like, happy birthday or happy born day.
Right.
And in some ways, that has affected me because I thought something was kind of wrong with celebrating myself. And there was this tie to celebrating yourself with this storyline in the Bible of what somebody wanted for their birthday, which was John the Baptist's head. And this was because I used to ask a lot of questions, and this was the only reason I was told this is why we don't celebrate. Everything used to be kind of answered within reason when it came to holidays, yet I still used to feel some type of way because I saw everybody else was doing it. But then as I had my questions answered and got older and was able to look things deeper, I'm like, wait a minute, they're actually using these holidays, as I said, doing rituals, but they're not really doing a ritual in the name of the holiday that they're projecting to everybody else. No. It's a projection. Right. Because like Easter,
yes,
the star, the egg, and that has nothing to do with a bunny or anything, but they just like created this supreme illusion. Santa, everything that has nothing to do with what's happening and why they're doing what they're doing. It has nothing to do with any of that. And it's like, okay, I ain't missing out on anything. You feel me? I'm very well informed. I give thanks to be informed and not even have to go whole lie, you know?
You know, here's an important part. This is something that I discovered around in 2013. But before I do that, I know it looked like you wanted. Did you have something that you wanted to interject?
Oh, it's fine. No, I was listening. I was yes.
In 2013, I started feeling like the there was something else that was going on, you know, and so I started doing a little bit of research, and my research really comes from meditation and asking questions and then getting the answers throughout my life.
I.e. crazy. You was being crazy.
I was being crazy, yeah.
You go with that insanity again. That we anyway. All right.
So the answers that I got was basically that these holidays that have existed, there's a planetary shift that is happening through the seasons, through the through the time cycles,
through the Kabbalion information.
And so these people, this was confirmed also that all of the holidays were pagan. They were taken from rituals that the people of the earth, the people that knew science, that took care of the earth, they would celebrate these times.
So
they would do
were
certain
in benefit
things.
of
Absolutely,
the earth.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So they took the frequency and the energetic time, you know, what was happening in that time, and they flipped it and they remixed that shit to their benefit.
Like P. Diddy.
Yeah, like P. Diddy.
I don't want none of that. I don't get that anyway.
So that's what they do so that they can take the energy of what is being produced during that time organically, authentically, and turn it into what they want, manipulate it. You know, that alchemy. You know, they did. Yeah, they're great.
Saying the Illuminati.
They know the science.
I didn't say it. Rewind it. Take it. That wasn't said by me.
So it is very interesting when you go deeper into. So in 2013, what I started doing was every time that one of the quote unquote holidays came about, I completely detached from that. Like, I didn't participate in nothing. Matter of fact, I've been boycotting Valentine's Day since I was in traditional radio, and I don't even know. Like,
go and see that. It's possible that in the archive somewhere in 103.5 The Bomb.
You know what?
Stockton. I remember that I was like, listen to. You know, I was just a kind of wayward young man myself, and wasn't too.
I'm telling you, though.
I listen to my woman, who she don't believe in that because love ain't treating her right. My woman that everybody know, Marty Moran, she out there talking about. She don't believe in that because that ain't. What's love got to do with it?
Hey,
you would need to turn on me.
No, I always felt that it was about commerce. I felt that it was a play on people that did not have a significant other. It was an emotional attack on people. Absolutely. I remember being in school, and when I didn't get no motherfucking low card, I was mad if I didn't get a Valentine's card. Why I didn't get a Valentine's card? And then they had to change that shit. Well, everybody gets a Valentine's card. They had to do that. But it's like, that's the program, and that's the play.
It's interesting because that's what they're doing with y'all credits. The currency notes. It just devalues it. When you just give it to everybody, then you thinking, well, I guess,
but look, let me take it back to the radio days when this was before I was even so-called aware, right? That my subconscious mind was making me not participate, and of course the things that I was going through personally as well. But I was on a boycott Cupid club, and everybody that I interviewed, hey, you're gonna be part of my. I'm pretty sure if you asked Missy Elliott today, was she ever part of the boycott Cupid club, she couldn't deny it. And so it was like, so these feelings that we have in just naturally, and then what do? We push that away because it's like, okay, we got to participate. And so we end up participating in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. But in 2013, I was like, no.
And that's because those energies that you hold close, they start to infuse their their energy of the program
their Agent
on
Smith.
you, and then you just start to conform, or just a little bit before you know it, it's coming from the whole environment that today is that day that you're supposed to wear green.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pinch you, and why you a party pooper? You a snob? You too good for this? You just make me sick because you don't want to be.
Yes, you have to deal with a lot of emotional attacks when you don't participate in these things. Like if you have a job, if you got a 9-to-5 corporate job, you better be wearing some daggone green on St. Patrick's Day.
I thought you was about to say you better wear a mask. I was about to be like,
that's a whole nother thing. No, we're talking about the holidays.
Mask
no.
Anyway, you said you better. You're talking about not go ahead.
Yes. You better participate in these things in some way, even though in some jobs they would allow you for your religious reasons to not, participate, but you are always definitely left to be felt like the oddball, the weirdo, the ostracized one, the person that they put in the corner. You know what I'm saying? It's like
that dust cap.
Yeah. Dang. So that program is deep, and it's very, very deep in the melanated society because, see, we've already felt ostracized and, not included. This is exactly why you got melanated people always auditioning for shit that they don't got no reason, no business auditioning for. But that's a whole nother show. We're not going to get into that.
Okay. No, I was just thinking real quick that it's because I thought the world, from my perspective as a youngster from Bartow's, Coon Bottom, Polk County, Florida, I'm thinking everybody's nice, everybody's good. Okay, the flip side is the system, the government, everybody's in the right, they at least decent. Most people, so to see and get the information and from a position where I just really didn't even want it. Like I didn't want it. Like I wasn't trying to hear it like this. But as we move into this information, this knowledge of knowing, it makes sense scientifically that as Most High, the energy Most High, it's that circle is a half. So there's we'll say most low, whatever that, we won't say bad.
Oh, so you're saying that you're talking about the polarity.
So it's saying that as extreme as love can exist, we'll say as extreme that hate can exist, that we just trying to manipulate you.
Yes.
We trying to take all that you got.
Yeah.
And just through reading Introduction to the Straw Man, that made me, man, they really just tried to take from, they did, and
they have.
Yes.
Yeah. And the war is on right now. Yes. And it is not a physical war. It is a war for your soul. Right. And you're playing into it all the time when you don't know. Right. And now, here's one thing that is important for me to say, because, Massive Vibration 13, we've been going a little out into sharing with people everywhere, people that are outside of the Master Vibration 13 layer. And this is because it's part of our mission to do this and share some of what we're doing with people who want to know. This is about the information and about your perception. This is not an attack on anyone's belief system.
No.
We have somebody that's calling in right now. So we're going to go ahead and add this calling from 916. Hola.
You in the mix.
Hello.
¿Quién es?
Alma, tarde pero segura.
Hola, tarde pero segura, gracias.
Bueno.
Greetings.
No todas las veces estoy segura. I'm sorry, guys, for interrupting.
Oh, it's okay. No problem at all.
Pleasure to have you.
Yes.
All the time.
We're talking about these holidays and these, mixing in what is it about? Why are you celebrating?
The pressures.
The pressures.
I hear the pressure of just most people that's not, verbalized. And when those that are verbalizing, I just feel so Hey, now what they ingest don't make me eliminate. Right. But I'm just saying, I just be like, man, that sucks. That's all I can say is it sucks that they have adopted that and taken on that type of challenge, and they're putting things on their credit card that they didn't pay off the last two that they told me about. They've been telling me about this.
But check it out. Mastervibration13.com. That's why in this community, this is a place where we are able to, talk about these things and express these things, sound these things out. And so if you are interested in going deeper with the things that we're discussing today, we have ministers on deck that you can talk to. We have other people, members in the community that can share their experiences as well, because we are all masters of our experience. It's just that some of us are aware of it, some of us remember, and some of us are letting somebody else hold the reins right now. And so it's not for everybody. This is not a thing where, it's like, oh, tell all your friends and family about this. No, we recognize the power of the divine, and we know that everybody that's here is supposed to be here. All of the people that come are the people who are supposed to come. I don't do what you do for popularity. I say it to Lauryn Hill. So this is not about that. This is about truly asking these questions and asking these questions for yourself. And so when it comes to celebration, you should never feel guilty about celebrating anything. And this is not about, having to pick it against anything or anyone. This is about where you stand and why you stand where you stand. A lot of people that I connect with, they celebrate these times just to be with their families, and they've adjusted the meaning. They've made it's because of the Matrix and people still being so connected to their jobs, the things that they have to do. It's a time for a lot of people where they're still straddling the fence. They're still trying to figure it out. They're still, completely oblivious to what's happening. And it is meant for those that are oblivious. It is meant for them to be oblivious because it is their choosing. It is their choosing because look, when you are a being and you recognize what God is, you know that you can't escape God. God is within you all the time. So every single human being design has this God inside of them, this Christ energy inside of them. And so they have ample opportunities to choose what it is that they think, what it is that they eat, what it is that they consume. So everyone has an opportunity to break from the Matrix, because the Matrix is a real thing. It's not just a movie.
I wanted... Oh, what did you said?
That's okay. It'll come back. I hate that. It'll come back. It's all good. So this is something that once you decide that you want to break free from it, you start seeing the signs everywhere. And the holidays are a great place to begin to ask questions of why you do what you do. There are so many people that are suffering with, I got to give this person a gift. I got to give that person a gift. What is this person going to think if I don't give them a gift? How much did this gift cost? And now I'm in the Secret Santa. They put me in a Secret Santa. I didn't even want to be in the Secret Santa. And it's like, oh my goodness, I'm getting this from the dollar store. And they're going to know that I got this gift from the dollar store, and they're going to talk about me. I mean, it is so jacked up, the emotional imbalance. Now, let me tell you, what is it? The one that just passed, the Thanksgiving?
Yes.
We're not going to get into the details of that, but there is a lot of residue just from that event, and they know it. And so what do you do after you get drunk and you're mad and you piss people off and, everybody was mad at the birthday?
You ate. You full of that.
Yeah. You got everybody mad
you're about to get, you're going to need to detoxify. So you're going to most likely get not at ease. But anyway, go ahead. You're saying that with Thanksgiving, all the different things that's going on.
So then after that, what do you do to make up for all of your bad behavior? What do? You buy presents. For Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is coming up next. All the people that was mad at Thanksgiving, y'all, all y'all that got mad at Thanksgiving, and that it's a program.
We gonna see if they do that now.
After Thanksgiving, that's when
you Black Friday.
You on the naughty list. Now we're checking people off. It's gotten even more strict because the budget has gotten tight. So now if you didn't act right in Thanksgiving, you might got taken off you got put on the naughty list.
Hey, I know I would be like, oh, you didn't tie your shoes today. You on the naughty list. Well, did I? Oh, it'll be hard. It'll be real, real hard to get off and get past my naughty list.
Man. So I want to just go back to the floor and give it back to. Well, let me ask since our Minister Alma came in and she didn't ask the question.
Yes.
Our Minister Alma, when did you learn that Christmas was not really what it was supposed to be about?
A couple years ago, but it's true. It's always a stressful season of buying gifts, then wrapping them. So then I just started ordering online, but even then, the whole wrapping. And then this year, I just every year in the past 5 years, I want to say, or 7, because you start having kids and you're like, oh, this is unnecessary. So this year I'm only getting kids, and that's it.
And so you feel it's
she's
that
maintaining.
pull. She's maintaining.
She's maintaining. Okay. That's what I mean by you have the control.
Right.
You have to figure out
a way to maneuver it.
Yeah, the way you exist in your, as I always say, boxing match is the way you exist, and how you go about it.
Yeah,
that's how you go about it. And as long as it's not manipulating you, I can say that's what it's about. Because when people are going outside their comfort, now we are venturing into yes. So yes.
So with the family, right? What you guys were saying.
Say that again.
It's time to. It's the best thing in Christmas or the holidays or any day. It's being with your family.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
So that's how we look at it now. Well, because I told all the adults we're not doing this anymore.
And see,
some didn't like it, but I was like, I'm not doing it.
See, that's powerful. See, that's your instinct. You're starting to really, recognize the power of your own comfort. And it's difficult when you have children, and then the children are at school, and then they're experiencing
Imagine who was the first person that didn't like it.
Say that again.
You already know who was the first person that didn't like it.
Oh, I'm sure.
My favorite boxing student.
Yes, I think that was it the favorite boxing student?
Oh, no. Oh, well, I didn't tell the kids that. No, but my mom.
Oh.
We're thinking it's the kids.
That's so funny. We're thinking of the kids. Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's been long for her.
It's been
we're not playing with that.
It's a difficult thing to unplug from, especially when you are bombarded with life, and you've been told that this is the day that you get to release all of that, and you get to, it's really difficult to detach from that. I'm going to recommend for everybody to check out, we were watching The Origins of Holidays and Their Pagan Roots. That was a Prism of the Past. And this is on YouTube, and the channel is Illuminati. But it's spelled
shout out to Greg Thompson.
It's spelled out IILLUMINAUGHTII, and it's very cool. We just discovered that. It's important to go deep into the roots of things, because that's going to change your perspective. It's now time to decide when you're doing things. Are you doing them because of you? Are you doing them for your family? Are you doing it because it's a tradition? And you're going to recognize how important it is for you to do the things that you do because they come authentically from you. If you're saying, you know what, bump it, I like Santa Claus, I want to continue that tradition, I like what it stands for, this means so much to me, because this reason, whatever, then yes, good for you, and do that, and say the why, and share the why with those that you are, sharing this reason of why you're doing what it is that you're doing, and allow people to participate in that willingly, not because they were manipulated by your reason or by what it is that you're doing and what you believe and what you feel. And it's really interesting because I'm saying all of this at the same time. I talk about self-mastery and how important it is, yourself and what you believe and what you feel. But check this out. Don't miss this, okay? It is important for you to know this within yourself so that you could be satisfied with your choices and be able to respect everybody else's choices just the way that you respect yours.
Like that. Ache. You know what's interesting? That's what I was going to express when I was like, I hate, because I was like, I remember we came across that in something that we both looked at each other and said, it is important for everyone to express themselves,
yes,
outwardly, openly, as long as I was gonna say, as long as they're not hurting anybody, because you're going to make someone uncomfortable. But I would say as long as it's not physically harming someone and you're trespassing on their person or their place, then it is up to us to facilitate that, because it's the responsibility, because we've been coming into information and it's been coming from the just craziest of places, and it's being expressed from the most different of vibrations, and the wording has been right on. Like the young lady that we just heard, her avatar on, I know we were going to talk about her.
I'm sure we'll talk about her. She
did the wording of the program of time and why she doesn't celebrate holidays so eloquently and so basic that I was like, man, she put that light bulb. Yep. I said, oh, and now that I know, I can be that more responsible. And it's like, when you think about gaining the information and knowing the information and being able to be that responsible, not in a manner that you're existing in pressure, but you're existing in power because you know. So it's like when you get in the ring, it's like, man, it's going to be a bad day. How am I going to exhibit the skills and the level of understanding about this discipline, and we'll say of self-mastery, that I know with all that's coming at me? It's no big deal. It's just possibilities and opportunities.
Absolutely.
For solutions.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be extending this topic for, next week too. We're going to keep talking about perception and what you're celebrating, because this is, it goes very deep. The celebration, life is all about celebration, but what are you celebrating and why are you celebrating it? And is it to the detriment of your own being? It's like we have to, what are these rituals that are happening? We really didn't get into Easter. We did not get into Halloween, which was definitely one of my favorites because I wasn't allowed to have candy, but on Halloween I could. So I was trying to get all the candy in the world. We used to have a penny candy store in Boston where I used to save all of my coins to go to the penny candy store and hide that candy from my mama. But so there's so many things that we want to express in the topic of perception and in the topic of celebration and holidays, specifically in the season, the manipulation, the control, the influencers. On next week's Woosah Wednesday, we definitely want to expand on what you're talking about in the self-expression, because that is so important. That is so important in a world where everybody is programmed to be the same, to act the same, to be uniform, to act in code, to do this, to do that, to wear that tie, to, display, if you're this kind of person, to eat ginseng. We're going to get into that as well. And so all of these things are important. This is why it's important for you to know things, because then you can't be influenced by outside people. And so this information of where things come from is going to be beneficial to your journey moving forward, because there's a lot being thrown at people. The war is on.
That's what I wanted to suggest. What is the video? It's just you. Those that are listening, if you would like to listen to some information and see if it's able to connect, able to rattle around the consciousness and give you some more skill in this ability to handle what we call the competition of life.
You're talking about what I'm in a Ebony sent
the
us?
self-master key. Is it the key?
Yeah, this is...
That was like, whoa, yeah.
I'm Minister Ebony. She hit us with this.
Shouts
Man, she hit us with this video, Ex-Occultist. They call it the master key of the universe. And this is deep knowledge hidden from humanity, as all deep knowledge is. You know, so... it's important.
Makes sense.
It makes sense when you get it. And they really get into the Kabbalion. And the Kabbalion is that first book that talks about the 7 Hermetic principles. So check it out. And come to mastervibration13.com and check out the video there, because we've posted it there as well. But you can definitely find it on YouTube. The Ex-Occultist, they call it the master key of the universe. And this guy, man, the information, when you receive it, you feel truth. It's not like, you know, that researching stage that people were doing a couple years ago, that is done. That is over. Your research now is directly with the Most High, and you ask a question and you're going to receive the answer, and you use your communication system, like your computer tool, as confirmation for the information that's already inside of you. Yes. So don't think that you're using this just to...
It's science.
Right.
And it's all science.
And what it...
Most High is science.
Man. And it's everything. So check out on Friday, we have the Grand Rising of the Matriarch. This is a service that has been put together for the benefit of humanity to recognize the power of the Grand Rising of the Divine Feminine. There is something that's going on in the world, and it is a grand rising of all people and all beings. Let me tell you this. There is a lot going on in the world, and this information, having the benefit of knowing this information, is going to change your life for the better, because it's going to make you ask questions even if you do not agree. Yes. And so when you start to ask those questions, your mind is such a powerful energy cell inside of your body that it starts to look for the answers immediately. And your mind is an infinite source, right? And it's connected to the infinite. So when it starts to look, it's looking for those answers everywhere, not just in your, physical perspective of what life is. Before we get out of here too, I did want to say that today, the music that you were checking out, that we were listening to, the sounds that we were listening to, and Papa, you could turn them back on as we close up, is for your crown chakra, the Sahasrara. People all pronounce it differently, so I'm saying it what it looks like to me. Sahasrara chakra. All right, that's your crown chakra. It's located on the top of your head. The basic issues is knowing, connection to spirit and universe. The color is violet and white. The mantra, silence. And the mantra is silence. Do you hear that? And I mean, right now you're hearing, some bells and sounds. But what I am saying to you is that the mantra for the crown chakra is for you to be silent in your meditation. And that is how you connect to source. And if you have difficulties in finding that silence, I know that sometimes it's hard. Om. That's all you got to do. If
Can
balance,
I ask a question?
Yes.
So is silence, would that be considered still, or
yes.
am I doing? Okay.
I would have to say yes. Stillness.
Yeah, okay. It makes sense because I'm talking to quite a few people, and they're saying they all say they meditate, and I know I meditate when I go to the gym. I love it when everybody's there. It's on. but there is a difference.
Absolutely.
In the city, still
100%.
totally different. Totally different.
Let me say this. People, and I've been talking to clients for over 13 years now, and people have a tendency to make excuses for what they don't want to do and to transform what they do and make it look like they're doing what they're not. So there are different forms of meditation. And I've said this many, many years. There are different forms of meditation. You have an active meditation. You have a meditation when you're in a zone. When I'm doing music, when I'm writing, when I'm singing, when I'm dancing, those are all forms of meditation. I'm in a state where the only thing, when I'm creating organ energy, oh my goodness, that's a deep form of meditation for me, where I am just completely focused. I'm single in that purpose, in that moment. But that is still completely different. I'm still active. I'm still active in that meditation. I'm still aware to some degree of my surroundings. Somebody could, I'm still aware of what's going on around me, even though I'm in that state, right? But when you're in meditation is a stillness. The only other thing closest to the stillness of the meditation that you're supposed to be doing is when you're resting at night. And yes, resting, not sleeping, because when you're sleeping, you're ceasing consciousness. Ache, Dr. Delbert Blair.
That's your second life.
Yes, that's your other life.
Doing your second life.
Yes. So you rest at night. And so you do things, you say things like, let my mind stay awake while my body rests. And you say that 4 times for north, south, east, and west. Peep game how I'm telling you why you're doing everything that I'm telling you to do. I'm not telling you to do it just because I'm telling you to do it. There's a reason for it. And even in that, go research it. Research what I am telling you.
That's word magic, just like what they do with the birthday song.
Absolutely.
My golly. Go ahead.
You got to do your own research on everything that you hear. I know I have this captivating, hypnotic sound that'll make you believe absolutely anything I say, but don't believe it. Know it. Do your research. So when it comes to your crown chakra, if it's unbalanced, you feel mental disorders, fear, materialistic, memory and learning problems, apathy, broken, spiritual crisis. And this is what is happening right now. Right now, every single chakra is being attacked. Specifically, your root and your sacral. But when that crown chakra, if the root and the sacral is jacked up and that gut is jacked up, then that mental is already jacked up.
You can't build on an unstable
ground. Absolutely not.
It's not going to happen.
You will not.
You can't build high. You can't build that. It's tilting.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's absolutely
makes sense.
Tilting and makes over. Sense. This is important for you to have this information so that you can know why everything is, and there's a reason for everything. We've gone over 2 minutes before our time. Y'all know I don't really like to go over a whole lot. We're going to continue this conversation next Wednesday. If you want to tune into more of this live energy, please check out I'm Minister Reddy, I'm Minister Oyeyemi. They're on every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in motion. Master Vibration 13 is on tour. We are in Southern California. If you are in Southern California, you can connect to us 818-233-5776. Text your location, and we will let you know where our next private event is, where you can participate and get some of this food on self-healing and self-mastery.
Got the real she ready. We ain't playing around here. She's shadow boxing everything, so you better watch your back, TH. It's getting real funky in that Hollywood spot over there.
Oh, hey, anyway. you gotta be, when you're in this area, when you're in Hollywood, in this area, it's very dense, the energy here. A lot of rituals, a lot of holiday rituals are done during this time. I will leave it with this. When the next big one that's coming is the Christmas holiday. And so what happens during this time, the powers that were, they're able to take all of the energy of the people's emotions and use that energy toward their intention, towards what they want to create. They know how to do all of the rituals. They learned it from us. They know how to do all of that, and they used it, and they twerked it, they flipped it, they remixed it, just like Diddy did. Do you know that P. Diddy, his career was completely all in stealing everything and taking it and stealing from the people. He is the epitome of the slave man, of the slave master, and keeps changing his name, acting like he's somebody else than what he is not, and he is not, and it's never gonna fly. And I'm gonna keep. You know what? I gotta say this. I know I said I was
always
gonna go.
had it for him.
That's why I gotta say this, because y'all know we don't really talk about anything that's going on.
You woke up from a dream. You was like, "Bobby, I got it." I was like, "Hold up, you're gonna be all right."
Yes.
You was about to go get it.
Yes.
Okay. This is why.
This is another indication of that subconscious.
That was your superhero. Your Boricua, your superhero Boricua just wanted to attack.
Do you remember when that was?
I don't know. Year? I just remember you was not playing when you woke up.
Anybody that knows me knows this story. So I had this dream. This had to be about 10 years ago, maybe 15. And so I'm resting, and then I get up in this dream. I'll never forget this dream. Most High was letting me know that Sean Combs, P. Diddy, was the devil. I mean, the energy that they put forth when they show the picture of this man and the evilness that they brought forth woke my ass up, saying to my husband, this man is the devil. His evil. I cannot, and I will not, and I won't ever.
And I was so
ever.
And I was looking at you like, well, why she think she gonna be kicking it with P. Diddy like that?
and everybody was like, it's just a dream.
She gonna see him tomorrow.
Everybody was telling me, it's just a dream. Why are you? And it was a joke. It's like, oh, Mom, she don't like Puff Daddy because she had a dream, And I'm like, all right. So seeing everything that's happening now, I know secondhand of the things that have occurred. So it is, I am in celebration. Secondhand because I wasn't there myself.
Not that, I'm talking about you've been in the industry as well, so you've seen it and even spoken.
I know a lot of things that I don't talk about.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see it.
And I won't talk about it. Yeah. Because that's not my world.
Right. That is something that I was able to see so that I could be more confirmed in my world. We got I Minister Symphony. Hola, I Minister Symphony. She says celebrating being life. Ache. And I Minister Symphony says we going from take that to give back. Ache. Oh yeah. It's all going down. Also remember that these things that are happening in the world are complete distractions. Even though I can confirm of some of the things that are going on and what's happening in the industry and blasey, skippy, blah, it is all an illusion for your mind to keep you. So once you know, and move away from that. Move away from it and create your own world, because this is a time to do it. Connect with your astrological people, the people that know the planetary systems. Connect with I Minister Gabrielle. I Minister Gabrielle is a plethora of information on what's happening. She's from Crystal Bridge Ministries, and she's a plethora of information of what's happening in the stars, in the ethers. And that is what's going on. And I get chills when I say it, because this is a very powerful time for all of us that know what time it is. It's
because
science.
This is our building time. Now, let me say something else. And okay, I know we've gone over y'all. But look, because it's a holiday, anybody that wants to, I have a solar return coming up on Friday. And so anyone who wants to participate in that holiday can make a donation to $ S as in Sam, E as in energy, G as in gifted, the number 1, the number 3, L as in love, O as in overstanding, V as in victory, E as in eternal, SEG 13 love. And all of those donations are going to be transformed. All of that fiat that ain't worth a dime.
With them great people on it.
With them great people on it.
Note.
Yes, is going to be turned into real money, to silver. And that silver, you know what? I can't even talk about things like that here. Okay, so mastervibration13.com. If you would like to know more, if you would like to make that donation, I guarantee you it would be transformed. SCG 13 Love for Infinite Air Ministries. Ache, ache, ache. I'm Minister Solution. You want to take us out?
Yes,
thank you to all of the iMinisters that are present and to the panel today. iMinister Reddy.
Thank you for the liquid gold.
iMinister Ojayemi. iMinister Alma. And the ministers in the chat and all the iMinisters that check this out religiously on the archives. Gracias. Gracias por todo.
We thank you, Most High, for giving us this time and space and ability to commune and to expand and to evolve and to exist in infinite love, forgiveness, and appreciation and gratitude. In your name, we leave you, and we appreciate you saturating us with infinite protection. Ache, Ache, Ache 13.
Ache, Ache 13. And we are grateful for our sponsor for the month. I, Minister Smokadocious from the Smokadocious Layer. Ache, Ache, gracias. Thank you.
I did want to say we're sending energy out to those who have family, friends, energies, and challenge. We send you guys infinite courage, infinite strength, infinite power in your challenge. We send love and positive energy to those who've had family transition. It's always that time. Does it exist? But either way, we sending you power.
And I do want to, since we prayed and then we opened it back up and then we prayed. Yes. But I do want to do one for specifically for the ancestors and all the ancestors that are assisting us at this time. I want to say thank you. We know that you are present, that you are with us. And I want to ask iMinister Oyeyemi, who is a master at giving thanks to our ancestors, to close it out once again with a thanksgiving to our ancestors.
Giving thanks and praise, thanks and praise, and thanks and praise. Ancestors, you are welcome in this space. Ancestors, you are welcome in this space. Ancestors, you are welcome in this space. We greet you, we greet you, we greet you. We honor you. We thank you for your guidance, your protection, and your direction. We will continue to speak again. We will continue to pour the water. We will continue to call your name 3 times. Every time we eat, you will eat. Every time we drink, you will drink. We will continue to burn the ancestral money. We will continue with the legacy that you left us. We will continue the gifts, the energetic frequency and vibration that you left. We will continue our talents. We will continue to talk about you. We will continue it. Ancestors, you give. Ancestors, you hear. Ancestors, you see. Your power is unknown. Your reach is unlimited. You are a first line of defense. So whenever something is going on, we seek you out. We call your name. We ask for your assistance. We ask that you protect the children. You protect the Worcestershire. You protect the prostates. You restore the family back. Restore the land back. For every wicked part and plan that is in place against your children, return to sender, address unknown. Everything is being revealed, and we thank you for it. We thank you. Open our hearts, open our minds, and open our spirits to the divinity, the sacredness that we possess inside. We love you, we adore you, we thank you. Thank you, thankfulness, and gratitude. We pay homage, we pay homage, we pay homage. Ashe, Amira, Maya. Toe, toe, toe.
Achê, achê, crescendo.